Rob Flax here. I play things with strings, I hit stuff, and I sing. And it's time for a strings update. As you may know, I put these pi strings on about 6 months ago, and I'll link to the video so you could check that out in case you're curious. These are the Thomastik Infeld Peter Infeld series. Very nice strings. It's been about 6 months since I put these strings on, and I've played them a lot, so they're getting pretty dead. I thought I would do another comparison video as I change my strings again to show you what the old dead pi strings sound like compared to my secret weapon, these. These are the Thomastik Infeld TI. That's presumably just Thomastik Infeld. They're part of the luthier line, which means that you really can't buy these very easily. I had to do some serious digging to find them. They are mostly sold to violin shops, luthiers, and other sort of folks who might need a whole bunch of strings in bulk at a time. I think the minimum order you can get for these is 40 sets or something outrageous, which makes sense if you own a violin shop and you want to restring all of your instruments. I discovered these for the first time in Atlanta. I happened to be there looking for a violin shop because I was on tour and accidentally left my shoulder rest in North Carolina, as one does. I was at the shop and I asked the shop dealer, what do you have that I can only get here? And he said, well, how about these? So I tried them out and I really liked them. So I wanted to see if the love affair that I had with these TI strings was a temporary thing, or if actually they're maybe my go-to strings. In the spirit of almost science, I'm going to play the same things that I played in my previous video comparing these strings and these strings, but now the tables are turned. In the last video, the TI strings were dead and I had had them on for a while, and these were brand new and shiny. Now it's reversed. The pi strings are 6 months old and are sounding kinda lifeless, which means they're probably gonna get smoked by anything, but you have 2 videos to go back and compare. So I'm gonna play the same 3 things. I'm gonna play a 2-octave G major scale and then shift up to the high G, and then I'm gonna play something low and mellow on the G string. That time I played Picture in a Frame by Tom Waits, so I'll do that again in a sort of Stefan Grappelli-esque way. And then I'm going to play a little bluegrass. I like The Road to Columbus as played by Kenny Baker, so let's do those now. The recording chain for this is the same as last time. I'm going into this Neumann TLM-102 and this Peluso CEMC6 microphone, positioned pretty hastily because this is a quick video. Those are going into a pair of Neve 1073 mic pre's, and those are going into the BAE 10DC compressors, which mostly aren't doing that much. Maybe the Neumann's getting a little more compression than the Peluso because it's a little bit closer to the sound source, but they're just kind of smoothing out the edges and warming everything up a little bit. So let's do it. First up, the scale test, and then Picture in a Frame, and then the bluegrass. Here we go. Good enough. Okay, let's change the strings and see how the new ones sound. Okay, so the strings are on. They definitely haven't broken in yet, so they're still fresh. But let's play first impressions right out of the gates and see what we notice. Same 3 excerpts. Scale first. So, unsurprisingly, with new strings, a lot more high-end treble information. That'll work for bluegrass.
A few moments later.
I got there.
3 weeks later.
Okay, 3 weeks have elapsed, and wow, big changes here. There is so much mess on the floor and over here and basically everywhere out of frame right now. Stay tuned for big studio updates and new gear alert, as well as an upcoming Fuzz Fiddle episode. But for now, I just want to do what I did in my previous string review video and give you the 3 weeks later take. So I'm going to play the exact same 3 things so you can hear how did the Thomastik Infeld TI strings settle in. As you can see, I've figured out my spiccato. They play really great. Honestly, they settled in nicely, and like everything else, As you get used to it, you get used to it. But you be the judge. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer the sound of the TI strings broken in, brand new? Would this be a set of strings that you change every gig like a guitarist? Or do you prefer the Pi strings, which are a little pricier, but maybe do something a little different? Let me know what you think. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you for those of you who have. And if you'd like to support my continued efforts and experiments, please visit patreon.com/robflax, where you'll find all sorts of exclusive content and much, much more. So thanks so much. See you in the next one. Bye.